interesting today. Yes, indeed. Maybe we should... Blanche, shut up. All right. You do this every time the camera goes on, and I know. And then John says, no, you have to air it. There's no do-over. Oh, we can watch it later. Right. Okay. Welcome, Hiram. Hello, girl. All right, wait. This is our kind of... This, to me, was the face of God. This is my... Hi, John. Hi, Lena. This is great. You look so nice today. Thank you. You really dolled me up. Yeah. You know, somebody... Forget it. But I'm just... Go ahead. Say it. Say it, Blanche. It's so funny. Someone in Chris's family once got mad at her for having a skinny puppet. Right? Gotta get away. This is my best friend. Wait a minute. Well, I swear to God, he really is. Gotta get away from the world. This is David Johansen, everyone. And the closer that I get to heaven, it's the closer I get to the girl. All right. We got to turn it down because the three of us, right? What, John? When the three, forget about one of us, two of us, the three of us together, when there's music on, you can't really, no. You can't really have a really great conversation, no. Not really, because you kind of like, da, 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 da. Don't these puppets look awesome, Hiram? I made her do a revamp of me this morning, right? Of my eyes, because I said, girl, you are missing the point. You made this puppet for me when you first started making. You sound like me. Of course I do. We're all one. God, I love your accent. I wish I sounded like you. Really? Get out of here. I swear to God, Lena. Hiram! Well, how long were you going to wait to have me on? Not long at all, because you're here. You guys who were following the blog anyway out there, I wrote a short novel about my friendship with Hiram down here on Earth, right, Hiram? Yes, go back and read it. It's called Getting to the Heart of Us. It's very short. It's a tiny novella. And it is the most beautiful statement about a friendship between a man, a love relationship between a man and a woman that was absolutely 100% very pure. It was very pure, yes. A very pure love, yes. Anyway, today, John, yes. I said to Lena, you know, when Hiram crossed over, this weekend marks the anniversary of 2009, when the exact weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, that Hiram crossed over, a young man. Lena has the whole short story on the blog. But I said to Lena this morning, you know, ever since Hiram crossed over, you started channeling him before you channeled me successfully, really. Yes, he came right through. I was like, his voice would come out of my mouth, that weird moment, yeah. But I was just like, I think I'm still in shock over his death. I didn't realize the extent that I had, the gift she has. But anyway, we don't want to get bogged down. This morning I said thanks, John. Yeah, move it along. Because this is a big show. All right, yes. Hiram, you're so quiet because I want to hear him make my announcement. All right. I said, Lena, since Hiram's crossed over now, it's like 13 years and so. You never once asked him what it felt like to cross over. I know. It's really weird. I said, you know, you're right. I kind of just always assumed I knew what it felt like, but I was like, no. Why have I never asked him what that felt like? He's my best friend of 18 years, right? Yeah, we span the ages. We are still going, just like you and John are still going, hon. Yes, I know. I know that, Hiram. Don't start getting your mind in the gutter. There's no mind in the gutter. You're going to say a stupid thing. Don't say it. We'll talk about it afterwards. Do you want to know what it felt like for me to cross over? I do. What did it feel like? Okay. everyone's experience is very central to how far along in their ascension they are. So everyone's experience, of course, is different. But what I will tell you is, and I think you already realize this about me, daughter, is that I lived in a constant state of, it could happen now. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just because of health issues or anything like that. I felt like that as a very young child. I kind of have too. Like, I'm so temporary, yeah. I'm so temporarily here. But yet I have to participate in this crazy, insane world. Exactly. And so the night, I felt it drawing nearer. I was already 42. It was an amazing miracle that I made it that far. And I loved life. And I would have, if it was the will of the greater being that I stay, I would have stayed. But at the time, do you see that light right now that the film is picking up behind our head? Yes. I was uncomfortable for a very brief amount of time. As you know, I had seen you the night before, right? And then I was out with my sister and Andre and then, the homies, right? And we went to a comedy club. I know. Yes. Well, I'm just, yeah. And it was a great night, but you said you heard it in my voice on the phone the one day. Right. I said, what, did I just wake you up? And you had, but you hadn't. I was beginning to feel waves. You get waves. I got waves for like a couple of months before I crossed. I had waves of utter exhaustion where that light, I would go to bed and I would see that light. Oh, wow. And I knew in my heart of hearts that soon that light would just take over. And I would not come back from that light. I just am overwhelmed. It's amazing. And that's what happened that night. I went out with my sister and the homies, and we had a great time, and it was amazing. And I was eating so much that weekend, I had slimmed down, so, right. I'd gotten very, very trim and, very, very shishi at the end there. Yes. Yeah, that last day that I saw you, you looked so gorgeous. You're falling over, Hiram. You're getting emotional, so you can stand by John. I like you two together. All right. Thanks, Hiram. Thanks. And so that night when it happened, I felt, like I said, very uncomfortable for a very short amount of time. Just like, oh, gee, I ate so much tonight. I was like eating to beat the band because I was here for the weekend in New York, for the week. Right. Because he was living in Florida at that time, right? So that, I'm sure everything compounded, but it was coming. And I always felt that it was coming. And I was not fearful of it at all. I know that you never seem to be fearful of anything. You're the most fearless person because I believed, Lena. And I always believed. Just the way you do. I believe because of you. Well, we all make connections for very specific reasons. And yes, I had to bring God back into your life. Well, this is really nice. I know. Put that song on. All right. Closer that I get to heaven, that's the closer I get to that girl. So I don't know what it's going to be like for you. You don't. You have no. You can't see what it's going to be like for me. I can, Lena, but I can't because things change every moment. But as long as your faith stays strong, God is supporting you. And everything is, you become so absolutely certain that fear can no longer enter your heart. John, say something. I'm very overwhelmed right now. Because I love seeing you two together, even as puppets. So this is great. So we could wrap it up any time. Hiram, I'm sorry, I made your face kind of green looking, right? No, it's just the way it turned out. I was not a green monster, though. I'm looking very, very Frankenstein here. Very much so. Okay, well, if I was to tell you one thing, daughter, I would say that I'm very proud of the progress you're making with forgiving your family. Oh, wow. Thanks, Hiram. Am I doing everything right? You're doing everything fine. Stop questioning yourself and give it to God. Once and for all, girl, give it to God, would you please? All right. And I love my story. And I love that so many people are seeing my story now. You reprint it or repost it, every year, and I noticed that, and I love you for that, because the story is amazing, and you tell it so beautifully. Thank you, Hiram. So what am I doing out here? 'Cause there's never a lack of things to do, Lena. To try to make everything better, and you're making everything better. And I saw you gave to that Wild Horse Rescue Foundation yesterday, Lena. That is very beautiful. Thank you. Well, my God, don't we have to save the wild horses? What's going on? John, why are you hiding behind me? Because I like it. He's very happy, all right? So anyway, and you're happy too, but if you let yourself be a little bit more happy here and there, okay? Yes, Hiram. Don't worry, my sisters are fine. I know you're asking me about everyone's fine, Lena. Don't you worry about everybody. I'm not worried about everybody. Well, just get with your stay on your course. All right, if you were to have any more advice for me out there about what's going on out here, you know what's going on out here. We tell you what's going on out here, and we talk to you constantly about what's going on out here, and we keep track of what's going on down there, and you're doing great, and you just channel us as much as you want, and talk to us, and let us know what you need, and we will take care of you. You know we are all taking care of you. You know that. All right, I do know that. Girl, you have it good. Just relax and get better. You got it good, girl. All right. Thank you. What's that my biological mother said once? My brother told her, yeah, you got it real good. To my mother. And she's like, I do not have it. But, God, my brother telling her she's got it good. Nobody had it better, but nobody had it worse, let me tell you. That's another thing. You don't know what your parents, I have a hint of my parents and how they, Hiram, they didn't have it, whatever. They had their problems because they have their problems too. Yeah. You're finally, grasping that. Hiram, when did I really, listen, I was a victim too. My parents were off the fucking wall. All right, I know. Yeah, we all three we all three share that. It was a hardship in all of our lives, functioning and growing into extraordinary souls. Thank you, Father. Yeah, we call Hiram Father because he did. He is even though he was younger than me in life, he brought God to me. So he's like a father. A very significant father in my life. Anyways, I feel kind of wiped. Yeah, you've gone long enough. Here, put the song back on and we'll dance out. All right. Once again, Buster Poindexter and the Spanish Rocket Ship Band. It's been Lena, John, and Hiram. Hiram, I guess that's all I really... Yeah, you never asked me what it was like, and all I can tell you is don't fear. Don't fear crossing over. John, what was it like for you? Oh, gee, we're going to go there? Yeah, wait. I know what it was like for John, but he's told me a lot, and I get symptoms of what it was like for John, and I see what it was like for John, and I actually get a pain in my back where he was shot. Like, quite frequently it used to happen, but not so much anymore. But John, go ahead. Yeah, we're sharing stories about crossing over. All right. Well, I felt like I had been burst, like into particles. That's what it really felt like that. But what about? Well, and I was okay. I was just getting to that. I had a premonition for the longest time too. I had a premonition for the longest time. How come? Do I have premonitions of crossing over? Why do you want to cross over? Yes. I mean, with all due respect, soon. I don't know. Should I say that? Is that wrong? No, it's fine. It's okay, girl. It's okay. This is a hard level down here, being in between it all. And we know exactly how you feel. And what we're trying to say is that it's great. It's great. Crossing over it's great. You know, when you're ready for it. And I was ready really at any time too. Okay, right. Yeah. So when I was actually physically shot, it did cross my mind. This might be it. When I met that guy the first time, really, yeah, he was creeping me out, and I was like, "This could be it," you know. Really, yeah. I felt like that at any time somebody might do something to me. To tell you the truth, that's why I really didn't go for the idea of bodyguards or anything like that, because I was like, you know, if they're gonna get me, they're really gonna get me. And you know what? This is such a fucking insane world down here. Really? You would think, yeah. I was like, this is so insane down here that somebody could drag me off and put me in a cell somewhere, and they would just, like, they could get away with it. Oh, John, you're scaring me. Well, honey, this is what I've been trying to tell you. I experienced such paranoid down here that I never let on just how paranoid I was, but the way that I overcame it was just facing it head on and just going out into the crowds. Oh my God. You know? So am I doing your life is different. You're something different, Lena. Yeah, she's something different, all right. She still hasn't grasped that. It's coming up on 1809. Oh, Jesus, Lena. Well, numbers have been kind of driving me nuts lately, too. It's all right. It's how your mind begins to, you know, unravel this whole thing. Right. But anyway, what I was going to end up to say, and I might as well finish because I guess I should, is that I didn't have fear at the end. I didn't have fear, and I saw that light, too. I was right in line with that light. Yeah. All right. Interesting. Okay. Thoughts on the afterlife from John and Hiram? Keep me away from the devil. My God, my throat is so crazy right now. It's coming up on 19. I love you guys. We love you too. Thanks for having me, Blanche. Love to all. All right, later. 3, 2...